Welcome on back everyone to Total War Warhammer 3 in part 22 of our legendary Changeling Immortal Empires campaign. In today's episode we are here with the Changeling for some more shenanigans, because it looks like if you save the game and quit, and then you come back on in it, you, turns out, can go for your teleport stance one more time. So let's go ahead and do some shenanigans. Normally, I don't cheese, but if you're going to allow me to, and once the AI trying to cheese you as much as it can with those gate openings, we're gonna use it right on back. We've got an ambush that is a decisive win. We could go ahead and fight this one, but we have battled against so many lizardmen at this point that we will just go ahead and, you know what? Let's limit our casualties. Have ourselves a fight against a big Blanco crocodile. Crocodilian versus Bellicor. Let it begin. Alright. So we've got our enemies arrayed in a line far away from, well, did they even have a retreat point here? Looks like they neglected to put one on in, which works even better for us. We'll just go ahead and set up the tank. We can't quite deploy him immediately where it can fire on the Crocodilian, but let's scoot you forward just a bit, probably within the outskirts of the jungle there. Should be able to fire at least on the very first target, and then we'll have all of our change bringers. We can stack two of them on one side. We do want them a little bit apart because they are very squishy and deal quite a bit of friendly fire damage. You guys are here. Yoink, this is blasting my eardrums. I'm going to drop the volume on my side just a bit. We will snag these exalted pinks. And firing on them as soon as they come on in is pretty smart, but since they don't actually have a retreat point, let's hide the pinks back in the woods here and allow our change bringers to soften up those important targets before they rush on in. So we'll have them defended by the Severed Claw as always. Aeson the Fallen could be their other defender, and then we've got Akold, since he is always on foot, we'll have him also on with the Pink Horrors. Let's go ahead and have all of our single entities take a group. Our infantry teams with Pink Horrors and our tank, and then the Flamers and the Flyers. We'll grab the two Exalted Flamers since they are a pretty good range, actually. They have more than your normal Pink Horrors. You can kind of just shove them on in a couple spots here. We want them probably to be fairly close together just because they do have a couple cavalry units, and we want to make sure we can kind of catch them up at either Aeson or our two heroes here. We serve Tzeentch and also Bellicor. So the only units we don't really have deployed now are going to be the big blue Cockatrice, the Doom Knights. We'll bring you lads kind of back over here. Really good at dueling with enemy cavalry, but we want to make sure they are doing so. Feral horned ones I think would be really cool. Lizardmen are missing all sorts of kind of feral beasts as just extra variants for their armies, I think. Alright, that's about as far as we can get things on set up. Let's come on down to the Changeling. Get things started on off. We'll go ahead and pop into Bellicor form. Cannon is already firing, and now, hey, look at that. Bellicor emerges. Bellicor wielding the Sword of Cain, no less. So I'm just going to send him directly on into Durandar and start throwing hands. Knights of Immolation can kind of come up the side. Let's probe to see if they have any missiles themselves. I don't really think they do. Going to be really, really bad for them. Take the high ground here. Same thing with the Exalted. Take the high ground. We'll have them both set up in the same spot. Bellicor, activate all your abilities. 60% damage resistance. Interesting, you have to be out of melee to activate that one. That's just fine. We'll throw a good old bit of shades down right here. Bellicor is destroying. Barely see the battle. So many VFX going on. You have to swing back, Bellicor. You can't just let him hit you on repeat. We'll have you recharge spells. Drop down the Sword of Cain right in the middle here. They were definitely trying to wait that on out. Everyone advance a bit further so we can get some blasts in. Have the heroes work together against different groups of... okay, so they do have some chameleon skeeks at the back. He has so much armor that's not really a problem, but... send in the heroes after horn ones and such. And we'll send both of our Doom Knights in on that side. Aeson, you might as well just drop some good damage in here. This is glorious. The enemies are they're running away with almost full health. Flamethrower team, do your stuff. We haven't even brought in the Changebringers. We'll just advance them up the hill. This army is horrifyingly effective. And the Saurus learning that they are definitely not part of the great plan, turns out. They're rolling it in here. I love it. They keep running back in and just immediately getting vaporized. Alright, go ahead and just advance. That way we've got a nice little block of doom. Horned ones are wavering. What do you know? And that's that. Horned ones are gone. Oh, they summoned in another skink. How about that? Let's bring you guys out of the woods. It looks like you've been fighting Crocsgore back in there. There's no fun for anyone. And we can go ahead and use the Storm of Renewal on this big group here. You guys just kind of float in so you can get some heals. Changebringers go after those Chameleon Stalkers. Just take any of the units that are still standing and make them no longer stand. Wonderful Renewal is doing its thing. You come on in and go for just more damage. I think these Crocsgore in the back are barely hanging on. Bringing the napalm on in. Love the smell of burning jungles in the morning. And that's that. We're going to round up as many of these guys as we can. I think that went even better than Auto-Resolve would have given us, and I'll catch you all in a moment. Alright. We managed to get through that, only losing 2 and likely to some kind of friendly fire. Hopefully we can do some good bit of replenishing from or 1%. We chased down a heap. 650. That's half of the army. But no, we only get a little bit of snacks this day. I think we'll go ahead and take the snacks, no matter how small. It shall be delicious. But now that we have teleported again, we're going to be no longer able to move unless we quit back to the screen. We don't have any more. Oh wait, you actually do. You would be ruined there, Rocktor. Though we will set up and hopefully hold the line. We could switch off a Bellicor, but I think him being as monstrous as he is, he is almost as strong as Skarbrand. He has more speed, of course, because he's flying. But he's nearly as strong as Skarbrand, but with magic as well and an insane ward save. So while Skarbrand's going to be doing healing and just obliterating everything in sight, you can still fly around and kind of pick where you want to drop Bellicor in, and he has the Pit of Shades, which is such a strong spell. Any of your armor piercing with a Pilfered Palanquin? Does this increase the movement range for a whole army? Probably not. Let's go ahead and give this over to... I think Amadeus is one of our Demon Princes that deserves... I mean, you're charging into battle fully naked there, Earl, which is impressive. He's the army we got for defeating Nagarod. Yes, Amadeus is what I was looking for. Our musician. We'll give you the Pilfered Palanquin so you can move as far as possible, which shall be glorious. We'll give you the Book of Asher, which should be hopefully a little bit better than the Forbidden Rod. Let's combine up these two armors of Silver and Steel, see if we get anything a little bit better. Sentient Stormcloud. As long as you're engaged in melee, there's going to be some explosive bombardments. Perfect. That sounds great. He is now the Raven of the Storm. So Crown of Command, I will go ahead and sacrifice one of our potions of healing. They are excellent. We'll go ahead and fuse this on up and get a Warp Mirror. Charge Reflection and Expert Charge Defense. That is a very good ability. Especially on something like one of your little heralds, where no one's expecting it to punch back or withstand any kind of charge. Is there any smaller items down here I can combine on up? Dragonbane gems are not really the best. All they really do is increase your fire resist. Helm of Discord is great. Ooh, the Icon of Sorcery. So as long as your army's spellcasters are in range of this banner, whichever unit you pop it on, you get 40 or 80% recharge of spells. That is fantastic. Schemer for more ambush success. Line of Sight. I like something a little bit more impactful, but if we don't have anything more impactful, we'll take the Line of Sight and the ambush success for now. Just buff them up a bit. Alright, that feels pretty good. Getting those 2 items over on some units is also seems like a good idea. So Throth, you've got a Helm of Discord. Go ahead and give you a Warp Mirror, just in case. He's flying around on a Disc of Tzeentch, though, so he's likely not to get attacked. Akold will give you the Warp Mirror. Now you've got yourself a bit of charge resistance. Skills for Akold, we've got all of his uniques. So let's come on in and just grab his Wound Maker. Make him a monster. Yeah, 67's plenty of defense. 660 armor piercing. Glorious. Karn, my friend. Let's give you Renowned Fear, then circle pretty quickly over to Fate Marked, because 3 uses of can't move and no melee attack is pretty great. Papa Herald will give you Infernal Champion, 493. I think same thing for Vigo. Just pop in the Infernal Champion, we'll start working down the Wound Maker track. Varetus. Let's give you, my good friend, the melee defense and keep on moving.
I have risen.
Conduit for Throth. Yeah, that's pretty good. We've got a little bit of money. We could go ahead and spend it. Oh, we can't. Never mind. So hopefully we get the Unholy Cathedral, but that is going to be not the case. Parliament of Lies wouldn't be useful here. I'm trying to build up our relations with Tzeentch so we could just finish up the Southlands schemes by allying with Kairos. If this army here gets karate chopped, he is very likely to form that defensive alliance. But because we've had very low reliability pretty much the entire campaign, even after not stabbing people in the back for a while, go ahead and grab a non-aggression pact with you there, Throth. I agree, except but I am not happy pleased about it. Good news is I don't really care. Archaon wants to form some pacts of non-aggression, so we shall. Great. And if for any wondering, this episode is actually being recorded the day before update 5.1 does drop. So there might be a very, very minor amount of delay on getting these on up, but I am fully prepared to go ahead and roll the update back if I need to, in order to go ahead and secure us some more episodes. I've been dying to get back to this. Private Fancier is going to give us even more. We don't really need more money right now. That's quite hilarious. What we need... There was one thing I needed to spend some gold on, and I have completely forgotten, which is also completely in character. So let's come on up, and at least we can start building up these doom stacks a bit more. If I've forgotten anything else, we can keep building up these armies. So plan is I'm going to bring 2 heroes on over to join Mercy. We've got that mage and this cultist, and that'll fill that army in. And then for Moxia here, I've decided we're going to go for a combination of Skullcrackers and where are you hiding, my Doom Knight fellows? So Skullcrackers and Doom Knights, which I think is going to be a hilarious combo. We'll try to go for maybe... See if I get 2 of these guys with the Dreadquake mortars, because I think Dreadquakes could work just fine in tandem with your Doom Knights. They're so fast they can get away from your mortars before they do too much damage to your friendly units. We'll see there. I don't think any of our own need to be moved further. Gold so we can check what's in the Celestial Monastery. Let's see if we can find some Skaven. Really? No Skaven at all? They were tired of it, they just burned it to the ground. Interesting. Not what I was expecting at all. Let's see if we can turn this over into an underground temple as soon as possible. Same thing here with Tordranil. That way we can get even more relations with the Tzeentch factions. I don't have any good luck threatening anyone, so we're not going to try to do that. Alright, let's come on in. And that'll be a turn. Hawk Chick and Rockjaw versus the Changeling. Alright, they are brave enough to come fight us. So it'd be a Pyrrhic victory if we gave this one to the auto-resolve. Oh, hang on now. We're close enough that the settlement garrison's going to be helping out. Well, this should be quite the battle. The 2 Coatls are definitely an issue, but the fact that we've got our 2 Exalted Heroes means we should be able to deal with them no problem. I'm going to kind of pull back to probably along this cliff face here. We'll see how all it is, but let's have ourselves a large battle against the lizards. Humongous lizard battle begin. Alright. Our battlefield. For deployment, see where all of our enemy armies are coming from. So the biggest one is coming from back here, looks like. Maybe. Yeah, it's the settlement garrison from Hexawattle itself. And then we've got the kind of smaller army coming over from over here. So maybe they don't have as many as I thought. Still gonna be a scary fight. So what we're gonna want to do is pull the Exalted Pinks. Since there's gonna be so many coming in from over here, they'll be able to flood. We'll go ahead and just pop our Exalted Pinks. The jungle is a bit of a problem. Can't lie. Deploy it away where we can crush these guys as soon as they show up, but they are in the woods, so we'll be blocking our fire a little bit. Let's set up in this... I guess that's not very accessible either, is it? This is this jungle after all. Pull the boys far apart as they can. Scroll down a couple times, and we'll grab the Exalteds. I'm gonna have them on the same side as last time. That way they are being a huge menace to whatever they're shooting at. Aeson. We're gonna have Aeson in the taking up the other flank this time. Akold on this side, and then the Severed Claw, which looks very much like Doom Knights, front here to be the wall. Arena, guide our aim. I'm gonna have the tank up front to kind of be a nuisance right off the bat. Gonna lure those Waddles on over towards them. And we can have the Changeling and our two heroes deliver the wallop. Let's have you flying with the Changebringers. Spread apart quite a bit, that way they don't take each other out. And they can have the Cockatrice flying with them. And then the Doom Knights for extra security. Looks pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and grab all of our single entities once more. In formation. We'll do cavalry last. It's good to me. Let it begin. We'll definitely start off with making sure you guys are blasting into the Pterodon Riders.
Moving and shaking.
Go ahead and Deceiving Shadows to pop in a version yourself, and then just kind of run them this way. Alright. Now everyone else, start advancing. The Bastillodon is going to be a pretty big issue. But we have the means. So you two, go clobber yourself an individual Coatl. Melicor come after the Blessed Bastillodon, and then we'll have the different Changebringer teams, or the Cockatrice chasing... Okay, here's the plan. Doom Knights go after the Pterodons. You guys start torching the horned ones on the ground.
Shifting position.
Beat them up, give them all their abilities. They should be dunking on the Coatls. That wasn't exactly what I meant to do. All powerful. As soon as that pops, we need ward save, we need weakening someone around here, pretty much anyone. We need Sword of Cain, there's so much going on there. You Knights keep annihilating this group. Knights of Malaysian, you move around to do the same. Melicor, keep pursuing the Bastillodon. We need to make sure that guy doesn't go anywhere. Annihilate. Did you see how fast that health bar went away? Changebringers, come around, that way you're not getting torched by any enemy fire there. Then you lot, come on over, be a bit more defensive. We need to, we'll just bring the secondary group forward. That's Coatl's getting absolutely clapped. We did lose these Doom Knights though, that was unfortunate. A lot of health gone on them. I managed to turn the Bastillodon into a unit of spawn. See if we can't find. There's a spooky spellcaster in there somewhere. Two knights come after this pterodon. Make sure they're going absolutely nowhere. Alright, pull you guys away because it looks like we got some friendly fire, or man, if those chameleon skinks got some damage. You go ahead and land in here and deal with Dios. Drop another bit of decoys along the way. Pull the flamethrowers back. We've got another army coming in from over here. I think we've got this handled. Pretend like you weren't chasing them anymore, and then turn right back around and do so. Bellacor's in the middle of the Sword of Cain is just goofy strong, as it should be. You come after these chameleon skinks here. Bring all of our changebringers back, that way they are in a position that I can use them proper. You guys can keep torching these Cold One Riders here, though. That works for me. Land on those chameleon skinks. You guys come in and, well, stay a little bit away from that. You two, use your speed. Probably send you over here after Injibinki, which is a fun name. The enemy army is completely at a loss as to what to do, which very fair. This is a nightmare scenario. Sword of Cain, activate the Shadow Shroud. Just a bad time for everyone, isn't it? Meanwhile, let's go ahead and drop these guys a good time even further. As soon as that goes off, we'll kick in the Locus of Transmortification. Kill for Tzeentch. Alright, bring you guys back on round. This Changebringer team will send up to flamethrow these Temple Guard. Bellacor's having a absolute field day. You guys come on in and maybe go after the Spear Riders. The Spear Riders might be able to handle you. Storm of Fire. We didn't have enough delicious AoE spells going on over here. Weaken these Pterodon Riders. The enemy doesn't really know what to do. Most of our army's invisible. Let's come on and get the Torment Sword, that way no one's escaping and no one has any combat potential at all. Obliterate all these guys away. U-turn, bring the Doom Knights away so they're not getting taken out. Changebringers. Bring the change. You clap this Space Wizard here. Or there can be only one. Launch that magic gun back through. As soon as it kicks off, we'll do the Helm of Discord. Yoink. Those are Sora Spears. Go ahead and give them the old torch. You guys can run down these broken temple guards so they don't come back. This is a field day. Right, you shouldn't be in the middle of all that nonsense. You're performing very admirably, but you still shouldn't be there. There's the win. At least they didn't try that hard, did they? Take apart the important targets and send in a Sword of Cain wielding Bellator. Simple. We're going to run down as many of these lizards as we can, and I'll catch you all in a moment. Alright, we actually managed to upgrade it to a close victory, because I guess using all of our ammunition is a no-no. So we've got lots of good experience there, and once again, I guess we captured only 600, so of course 1% Devour is not a snack for us. It is not a proper Tzeentchian barbecue. We will just offer them up as tribute then.
Deaths for recognition.
Alright, the turret is again ours, and now the Changeling is excellent at ravaging the reptilians. Slanesh would be proud. Disciples of the Maw are no more, which means we're losing our opportunity to finish the scheme for dealing with the ogres. But now we've got the grand scheme for Lustria. Also the best laid plans. There is supposedly an ancient tablet here with some kind of important significance to the Lizardmen and their silly plan. You can think of a certain scurrying clan within Lustria who might have an exceptionally contagious idea for what to do with such a relic. Oh yes, we need to have this battle immediately. So it's going to be fighting against some lizardmen. They've got themselves a satellite laser stegodon, as well as some salamander hunting packs, which are some of my favorite of the lizardmen units. Love salamanders. Alright, we're going to go ahead and teleport on in and throw hands. Before we do, though, let's make sure we've got skills passing off to Akold. He is a proper monster. We'll just give him the Deadly Onslaught and Woundmaker, because woe be to our enemies. You, Rostro. Oh, curses. Your magic spellbook is all filled in. We'll just give you a specialist then. No reason to weaken our enemy's growth. Alright, let's have ourselves another grand scheme. Just right here, we don't even have to teleport. So let's go ahead and we're going to do so because we're rich. That's how it works. Why walk? I thought I teleported Karin on in. I was like, well, that's not right. The enemy failed to spot your ambush. You guys are about to have a horrible day. They're just called Serpent. I mean, why not? What's the map look like? It's a straight-up ambush. Reinforcements expected. I can't wait to see how this turns out. Onward to the field. Ooh, the Changelings' armies sweep out against the Lizardmen, throwing their soldiers into disarray. As a result, the plaque of Sotek they were transporting lies almost ripe for the taking. Should the trickster seize it, the great plan could be entirely rewritten by the insidious rats of Clan Pestilence, no less, dragging the Cold One's entire society into discord. The Lizardmen will not let such a sacred artifact be stolen without a fight, however. If there's any hope of claiming the plaque, the savage reptilian warriors that guard it must first be put to slaughter. Let's do so. I mean, this group here is going to get drop-kicked into orbit. Let's go ahead and grab Changeling. I'm going to pop my tank in the woods, of course. I'm going to do something a little bit different here, where we have the Severed Claw defending the tank, and the Pink Horrors. So we'll have the Severed Claw kind of back a little bit in the woods, and the Pink Horrors will be behind them. And on the flanks, too. Tank up a little bit further. And we'll grab the other pinks, and oh, we can't quite place them, so we'll just kind of do like this. The jungles are suspicious. No, we can just take this position over here. What am I talking about? We don't need the woods. We're not wood elves. See if you can outduel my artillery, fools. We'll have the Severed Claw kind of up front. Let's do Pink Horrors behind, since they're not going to be able to see any of our units anyway. Until it's far too late. Something like that. We can have the Exalted Boys taking up position kind of up front. And of course we've got Elbras defending his knightly brethren. Ace and the Fallen also being a just unstoppable wall. We'll send in the heroes to double dropkick Serpent the glass-jawed toad. Then all of our Changebringers will just kind of bring back here. Not sure what the Lizardmen can do about Changebringers except for Ripperdactyl Riders. Those things are a nightmare. Let's go. Ooh, Severed Claw, you guys come on back. I thought I grabbed a different unit. I'm trying to grab Evan, the Orb Keeper. And then also our Big Blue Chicken. 2 Doom Knights to defend the rear further from any kind of nonsense, so we'll just gotta have them J to about face them, so I don't have to do it myself. Get all our units in their groups. By now, we've got this figured, so Exalteds, and then you guys. I'm actually gonna take the Changebringers off of guard mode and see how that works. You guys get right on in there. You summon in. Oh well, not exactly what I wanted to do. And here approaches Bellicor. Well, if you just run down the Salamander hunting pack, that Colossal Strike, they should deal with this Slon Mage Priest very quickly. Here comes Bellicor. Legend of me. Now that one's gone. Black of Sotek isn't here. Cold Bloods are smarter than we dare give them credit for. Alright, team. Rotate. More reinforcements have arrived in strength. I mean, they're gonna have a horrible time. Asen, go stand up front. Make sure we don't have to deal with this salamander anymore. And then you can just go ahead and throw these spells through the line. Beautiful. The set of Changebringers moves in on the hunting pack. You do the same from the other angle there. Knights, come on in and chase down this Waddle, and here comes a Dread Saurian. Let's give him something else to worry about. Although the flamethrowers are doing good work. Oh, there's two of them. Asen, that's your job. Be cold, Hellbrass. Alright, that Waddle's gone. Storm of fire in here. The Dread Saurian got obliterated. You guys come on through. Let's help out against these red crests. You start torching these clowns. That worked out very well. Bellicor, we need you over here. The Bastillodons are making it through. Keep torching these clowns as they try to advance. You two go after... We really only need one, don't we? You hunt down Serpent, who has done a very good job of avoiding you. That's two Dread Saurians dealt with like that. The Horrors charge these Temple Guard, make sure they're going nowhere. Metal spells for everyone. Heals for everyone up front here. And we annihilate them. And that went very beautifully. Let's go ahead and hunt down this Dread Saurian. And that's a victory. I see no... Oh, we located the Black of Sotek? Where is it? A giant tree is here. Oh. Alright, I guess no one's gonna tell me. Decisive win. Alright, there's a quest complete, and to further show our support for the Skaven, we managed to lose... Or we lost on purpose 13 of our lads. Gained a ton of loot. Thank you, Eyeball Chest of Lootification. We'll go ahead and grab the extra money.
Today I choose.
And that's recruitment to ruins, so we have extra global and local recruitment capacity for all of our armies. And then an additional trickster cultist we can summon. Oh, look at all the Nurgle. These are kind of small Nurgle armies. They're more likely just going to be gold.
Despite Tzeentch's endless hatred for Nurgle, the Changeling is more than happy to play with every toy within his reach. Having helped the Skaven propagate contagion throughout Lustria, the odor of decay now festers in lands long untainted. And thus, the rot of plague infects all in its path.
As it should. So less Skaven popped up and more just Nurgle armies everywhere. Which does work out for us. It's more for... I'd say it's mostly just going to be for the enemy, or the AI armies are just going to kind of auto-resolve their way through and claim a bunch of goodies for themselves, but the few that they can't... Yeah, the Ogre Kingdoms are gone, so we don't get to fight their winning 12 battles against that race. We need to try to see if we can bring them back in. So Grooks emerges. I don't remember why we started having this army recruited in. Here's the Val's Anvil. But we've got Lord Croak form acquired, which is what we're going to have to be taking for the next couple battles, I think. Time to become a mummy toad that can drop down nukes. We're going to send you, Grooks, up to the teleporter. Route Marcher, Dominating Presence, and then a point into Searing Doom. A gold will give you Blade Shield and then more health. Glorious. 30,000 gold is a ton. So, Changeling. Over here, we could go ahead and move on into Hexawaddle. And I think we could just auto-resolve them because of the amount of damage we did to the garrison these last couple turns. Let's see if we can't. Immortals. Yeah. We'll auto-resolve that one. Set up a Symbiotic Cult in Hexawaddle, make me even more gold. Fantastic. We're making 1,300. Yes, please. That means we can easily afford an underground temple, and also a Agent's Hollow to make sure we're not losing said temple. And we were just in the Petrified for a forest, weren't we? Let's move on up to some of the settlements north that we have. So like Bleakhold Fortress, we can go ahead and pop in the underground temple, make sure we are securing that allegiance with Kairos. Those will build up eventually because they are Dark Elf settlements. They're going to be making them some money, always. Pop in a few more of these temples. And switch these over to the Unholy Cathedral. Indeed, indeed. More Exalted Heroes is really good. We've got the 8K, let's do it. And then we can go for just more loot from here. Getting more of these High Elven settlements spread is going to be pretty important. We'll upgrade the Torturer's Shack in Elisalai. And then get another, even more temples. The Dark Gods shall be pleased. Exactly. Let's see if we can have you warp through into Cathay proper. Just keep ignoring as many of these settlements as we can. Yoink. Trying to escape into Cathay. Red Corruptions, we got none of the changing of the ways we can get up to now. What are we currently researching? Infernal Gateway? Let's go ahead and grab... So this goes to the Empire, and this goes to Bretonnia Athaloran. Let's go ahead and open the rift in Bretonnia Athaloran. That way we can try to send the Changeling up to help out with the big tree battles up here. Because Karn's going to have to be cutting through all sorts of big wood to subjugate Athaloran, and it's going to be a bad time for one by himself. Raham, go ahead, and can you join back up with Karn? Get on over here, buddy. Although stealing more tech sounds fun too. Let's go ahead and have you come on into... Oop, just kidding. We'll still have you come on into Athaloran and do some scouting. So no one in the Crag Halls. And just Orion at Val's Anvil. It's a definite maybe on getting some damage in. I'm going to have Crom get a little bit further so we can hopefully see... Oh, just kidding. There are 3 armies here. Alright. I'm ready. Oracles of Tzeentch.
You dare?
Oh, they're getting closer. I'm pretty sure we are at the point where we can threaten them, but if this fails and we have to declare war on them, that's the worst. So we'll just wait. We'll try to be patient. Land Rictus. We can go ahead and sign some deals for some gold.
Yes. Strong oath, never broken. Good.
Oh yeah, strong oath, never broken. I trust you and you trust me. Perfect.
So sneaky.
So sneaky. Alright, Glorious. Does anyone want peace for money? Turns out no. Let's go ahead and get everything done for this turn. Elbrass needs some more skill points to pass out. I'll skip that for now. Malice is going after Black Creek Spire. We could be cheeky and just teleport up on top of him. That's a scary battle for anyone, even legs of a Demon Prince. Alright, let's do it though. So teleport stance, get Malice. Gives us a ambush, and we'll just go ahead and finish him off. Yoink and yoink. See you clowns later. We'll replenish. And like that, Malice is back in the underworld. So Asavar has 30 more armor-piercing damage. How glorious. Dark Princely. Indeed. We'll come on in and get you some upgrades to your Chaos Vanguard up to Rally. Looking good. Elf Ray Cold.
Demon Prince of Tzeentch.
Papa Ludenhoff will give you more mobility.
Damned with power.
Since your shield is all good to go, let's give you 3 points into a wound. Ooh, just kidding. We got unlocked Colossal Strike. And then back to Woundmaker. Woundmaker for Herald. And I guess also Vigo. Vatatus will give you that final point into training. Coming on right on down the list here. Transmutation, final form. We've been working on your magic there, Chris, but where are you? You're in a pretty bad spot. We've got Gorok and very elite armies kind of running around down here. If we can sneak our way back up to the portal, we can go also help out in Athaloran, because we have completed our schemes here, so there's really no reason to stay in Lustria. Let's go ahead and grab the... Let's grab Glean Magic. We can use him to steal wins away from our enemies. Warp Fire here for Mercy. Hellcroft the Kurgan Tamer will give him scouting, and his brother also scouting. That way we get more magical items. Right, that's 8k more gold. Who else can move?
Glory to the changer.
Earl. Well, Earl, it's going to be quite a trip to either of the portals.
Many hijinks and
But I
many
think it's time to start
souls
making that trip, so we'll go ahead and
March or be murdered.
march or be murdered. Can we just teleport past it? That's what I'm going to do. Keep moving our way back up north. That way we can finish off these last two schemes. We have three. We've got Badlands, Southlands, which all we have to do for this one is just getting a defensive or military alliance with the Oracles. Take down, looks like 11 more battles against Bretonnia, or all of the Athaloran settlements. And then for Grand Cathay, I'm going to try to hunt down Xiaoming. Deathmaster Stigich is no longer in the game, so I'm not sure why it's showing he is still here, but we need to hunt down Zhao for our kind of final here. 15 land battles is going to take a long time. There, run there. Yeah, the desert is apparently a horrible place. We'll just go ahead and march on up the path here.
My loyalty lies with another.
Mu Ji Ji.
You are without sense.
To see how well the Great Moonbirds fare against our bonusly large Screamers, or if they get drop kicked into orbit like we are expecting. Alright, Mercy, time to send you on out.
The schemer calls on us.
First, get you your heroes.
Paths open.
Oh, paths open.
Endless broiling change.
We'll move you to about Z's position. Bring in Akarak the Crow.
When I speak, they will
And we'll
listen.
march into the portal.
I can't go
Traverse
any
rifts.
further.
You're lying. You can go further just fine. We'll send you... I would say over to Cathay, but we're not going to. We're going to send you over to Athaloran. It's going to be all hands on deck dealing with... Oh, we don't have the portal yet. So you know what we'll do instead? Is we can get in a couple fights with Tlaqua and try to make friends with Kairos that way. Mercy and his many flamethrowers are heading down to the Southlands. We'll give you a couple more Doom Knights. By a couple, I mean all of the Doom Knights.
Let the trickery begin.
Let the trickery begin. And then we'll go for 2 more Skullcrackers. It'll be the Blend 'em Up Choo-Choo Trains and the Doom Knight battle.
Sorcerer of Tzeentch.
Alright, you come on down. We need to locate... Oh, here's Xiaoming.
This way.
Just keep following Xiaoming around. That is the plan. Alright, let's give it a turn, and this will likely be all the time I've got for today. Let's, I'm also just kind of letting Foster here deal with Fu Chao through time. I could fight the battle, but this is going to be kind of one of those long-winded ones, even though there's not that many of them. We don't have very many flyers except for the Cockatrice and Foster himself, so we'll let them fall in about 3 turns, and we'll send them out to start doing some damage. I want to use those bloated corpses properly. Alright, so they are going to come on in and throw hands. I mean, they've got some crane guns, which are very scary, but as long as we are... I don't think you're flying, let's find out. You look to be on foot. Yep, he's on foot. And then you are mounted on a bird. So we'll have to see how good the Screamers of Tzeentch fare against the Moonbirds. They should have a huge advantage here with 25 bonus to be large, but we'll see. That's what we'll pick up the next episode with, is with a battle against Mu Ji versus Baronair, the... I'm not sure what the... It's the Screaming Bell. I'm not sure what kind of metal they really use here with Tzeentch. If you know, let me know in the comments. Either way, I'm out of time for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by today's Changeling campaign. If you all enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like for the Light God and a sub for the Subthron. I'll see you on the next one.